To understand everything, both tangible and ethereal, we should first understand that everything is made of energy. Everything is energy, including money, fame, women, and your seed. It is impossible to produce or destroy energy. It is limited to transformation and transmutation. Therefore, whatever we wish or want already exists. The frequency at which they vibrate is what gives the shape its apparent differences. This explains why we only notice 1% of what is going on around us. We are unable to detect it in our present vibration because of how quickly it is vibrating. And this is why yogis, monks, and Indians may access a higher state of awareness. As a result, playing with things appears amazing to the typical person because they raise their vibration at a very high level. Now that the fundamentals have been explained, it is clear that everything is energy, and that everything that has ever been and will ever exist right now. Let's discuss how our thoughts truly shape the world around us. Where is the source of all our experiences? The mind. When you perceive something, where do you perceive it? The mind. When you feel an emotion, where do you experience it? The mind. When you fall in love or experience joy or blissfulness, what triggers those chemicals? The mind. Everything takes place in the mind. However, do not confuse the mind with the brain. The brain is only the mind's physical expression. Similar to a damaged television station, if it is broken, the signal is still there, which is consciousness. Once you give it some thought and evaluate it, the idea is quite easy to understand. Your life will start to feel more and more dynamic and like a lucid dream once you properly comprehend that everything in the universe is mental. You will also start to enter the higher realms of consciousness where mystics may perform miracles. And the reason we insist on the term understand is because we observe many people watching the movie The Secret without comprehending the underlying idea and then simply pushing themselves to accept the law of attraction and the notion that they are the ones who create their world. However, this approach always fails. In the end, you will always self-destruct. Only by truly understanding the fact that by reflecting on your own life experiences and connecting the dots yourself, and not just someone else telling you that your mind creates reality, can you begin to unlock the true power of the mind and start creating the life you've always wanted. When you understand that you have the power to shape your destiny, you can start to become more mindful about how you think, feel, and act. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take can help you create the life you desire. You have the power to shape your life and to become the person you want to be. You have the power to create a life filled with joy, success, and abundance. And this is true with any concept in life. You can only really understand anything when you put forth the effort to study it, connect it to your personal experiences, and exercise critical thinking. We didn't believe in the laws of attraction or that we create our reality, but when we stopped to think back about our lives, the fantasies we had during our adolescence, and the things we kept talking about, everything starts to make sense. We were aware of the information but didn't take it seriously. After that, we continue to delve further and farther into the Hermetic teachings at the foundation of this knowledge, which extend back thousands of years and are a very thick subject that most people probably wouldn't desire to study. But if you comprehend only this fundamental knowledge, that everything begins in the mind, that your ideas impact your emotions and feelings, and that your feelings influence your actions, you will begin to match yourself with other people and circumstances that have the same frequency. This is not fiction or a belief. You may research this on your own. Simply take a day off, perhaps a Saturday or Sunday, and spend it alone. Nothing inside, no phone. Grab a pen and a diary, then begin analyzing your life. Start by locating the cause of the incidents. Why are you the way you are? What experiences altered your perspective on the world? What happened throughout your youth? When did this or that occur? What were you thinking? How did you come to have this self-defeating opinion? Ask, and it shall be given to you. As Jesus once stated, You'll start receiving the solutions, and to your greatest amazement, you'll finally comprehend and have the evidence proving that you are stronger than you previously believed, and you are responsible for all the drama in your life, both the chaos and the order. You will either be horrified or enlightened by this realization, occasionally both. You will have concrete evidence that you alone are in charge of your world. As you begin to understand that everything in your life begins with a thought in your mind, you will start to recognize the power of your subconscious. When you start to lose sight of the power of your own goals and intentions, that's when you give away your power to outside forces. However, as you reconnect with your inner power and tap into the power of your lights, you can start to regain control of your reality and shape the life you want for yourself. You have the power within you to create the life of your dreams and make your wildest visions become a reality. Believe in yourself and the power of your lights, and you will begin to see the beautiful life you have the power to create. And when you lost control of your reality, that's when you gave your power away. There isn't any other option. Everything is mental. When you want to go someplace, you mentally journey there first by visualizing the location, your plans, etc. You first buy something into your head when you wish to purchase it. The upper planes do indeed control the lower planes, and this is the reality. It all begins on the spiritual and mental planes. Our minds have no bounds. If you master your mind, there are no boundaries to what you can achieve. Watch videos of Shaolin Kung Fu monks. They use their skulls to smash metal. They move with fire. They move along the glass. Would this be a possibility if reality has been as inflexible as we believed? Obviously not. This is only possible if the universe is mental. You can decide whether or not to feel discomfort. A lot of the suffering we experience is superfluous, merely a mental construct to which we get emotionally connected. This can be felt when taking cold showers. To wrap off this video, we want to discuss how keeping your seed allows you greater power over your thoughts, which suggests influence over your reality because everything is energy. The degree of vibration is the single factor that distinguishes any two forms, and the higher your vibration, the greater access you have to spiritual levels, and the more power you have over the lower level of physical reality. When we realize that seed is the most potent energy we have, we may understand why all mystics frequently celibate, or even if they are married, have a very strict romantic life, and only engage in it for reproductive purposes. It is the manifestation of God and the source of all things. When there was no other creature, the creative power produced one. So, for us to contain this energy and prevent it from escaping through impure fantasies or physical contact, it must ascend and lead us to vibrate at a higher frequency, which results in us feeling more energized, motivated, joyous, etc. compared to having intercourse and losing energy where you are depressed, sleep a lot, and feel dead. This is the reason why all those who decide to take the higher path are insisted upon the vow of celibacy. If you feel dead, you can't build a greater potential. Just try to recall a time when you were sleepy. Chances are you won't even get out of bed, let alone create your reality and reach higher states of dimensions and lead fulfilling lives. Because of this, seed retention functions as the unifying principle connecting all of these teachings. All day long, you may read about the power of the mind, but if you're letting go of your energy, it only proves you didn't have any control over your thoughts in the first place. Therefore, it won't be useful information for you. Even if you do use it, it will only be to fulfill basic goals like finding a partner or other similar activities, which are common. But to take the higher path and create a legacy, you must have the creative force within you. You will instantly excel when you can manage your two animalistic urges, the want to eat and the urge to have pleasure. You will naturally enter a more elevated mental state. The universe is the same, much like the chakra systems. Either upward or downward movement is possible. Root chakra corresponds to the lower or corporal level. The higher equates to the spiritual, cerebral, and crown chakras. The more control you have over the physical, the more you ascend beyond it. It is impossible to have control over the physical while still being caught up in its bonds. You must be above and above something to manage it, right? You cannot control something if you're weaker than it. The universe is the same way. All mystical beings, Shaolin Kung Fu monks, Indian yogis, etc., are those who seek enlightenment and understand that the physical world is just an illusion. Once they rise above this realm and comprehend that all of our physical pleasures are fleeting and bring only temporary satisfaction, they acquire the power to lead a truly meaningful life. When we come to terms with this realization, we can use our energy and life force to follow our passions and pursue our goals with a deeper sense of purpose. Such power and understanding can bring true joy and inner peace. We can be secure in the knowledge that nothing in the physical world can bring us true and lasting fulfillment, and that the happiness we are searching for lies within us, ready to be discovered. You become weak when you become pleasure-dependent. This is why you should enjoy fasting and taking cold baths. It strengthens you. Controlling your reality will be simple if you can endure this kind of stress. Start to master your thinking and stop acting on instinct. You must lead the way. Our final piece of advice is to never stop learning and growing your intellect. Make a conscious effort to educate yourself and never be complacent. Take time to reflect on your thoughts and understand that everything is mental. Learn to put the outside world out of your mind and focus on what truly matters. Believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams. Believe that anything is possible if you strive hard enough and are willing to put in the effort. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back. It takes shape of the inner world. Don't forget to leave some love in the comments if this video was able to teach you anything. Why not like and subscribe if you liked the video? Guys, it will undoubtedly support the channel and inspire us to carry on with what we are doing. As always, you've all been fantastic. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye. If you are watching this video, there is a good chance that you have relapsed at least once while on your journey. We've all experienced it. The shame and the guilt, believing that everything you've accomplished is lost. All of us have been there. But as the quote goes, success is all about what you learn from your mistakes. If you've ever thought about what caused you to relapse, you'd probably agree that there are only 4 triggers. These are referred to as HALT. Hunger, anger, loneliness, and fatigue are the 4 triggers. Whenever you allow yourself to stay in one of these trigger situations, you will face a nofap failure. In essence, you are begging for a relapse. One of these in particular is the greatest: loneliness. Most men relapse in the late hours of the night when they are alone or have recently returned from work exhausted and hungry. You are already halfway to relapse at this stage. Now is the time to slap yourself in the face to break the triggers. Even if you don't feel like it, visit the gym or go visit a family member to spend some time with them. Anything that will force you to break out of the 4 main triggers is known as HALT. In other words, whenever you have the impulse to fap, take a minute to pause, then take a deep breath and think clearly. Which of the 4 triggers am I currently experiencing? Then take the exact opposite action. For instance, if you are hungry, eat something. Exercise your breathing to calm down if you're upset, and so forth. It's all about transformation. To be fair, though, most of us already know these tricks and advice. Today, though, we'd like to demonstrate a few more wacky techniques that every male should know. Let's start with some strategies for completely avoiding the impulses. Just to be clear, desires are your best buddy. They must develop more assertiveness and ambition. Here are some things you can do, though, to resist these cravings and maintain your commitment to nofap, especially if you are a newbie. Wearing thick pants with a belt is one of them, as is sleeping only when you are ready to. Get out of bed as soon as you awake. Also, stop browsing the internet endlessly. What you just heard is also the most effective technique to cultivate self-control. Keep in mind that discipline is essential, because a conqueror of oneself is greater than a conqueror of a city. Naturally, the largest one. Stay out in public places. You might assume that I'm an introvert or that I dislike being in open spaces. Well, use this as a chance to improve your social abilities. And disregard all the titles that people will have you believe, such as introvert or extrovert. You get to decide whom you want to be. If you believe in your mind that you are an introvert, then that's the way you'll act. Let's discuss some displacement activities presently. These are transmutation activities to redirect your energy. Exercise is one of these transmutational behaviors. Firstly, pay attention. Now, this may sound a little bit conventional, but it has great advantages. Also, don't forget about your legs. They are among the greatest muscles for increasing testosterone and general muscular growth. Drawing, taking a walk, conversing with someone, and mending or making something are some additional activities. Because, as you may recall, men are naturally created for creation. Use this instinctive impulse accordingly. One of the most useful tips you may learn from today's video: that each day is the first day. Listen to that one again. Regardless of how many nofap days you have completed, every day is still day one. By adopting the attitude that every day is day one, your mind instinctively returns to the fundamentals. Every moment you lose sight of the fundamentals, you are halfway to relapsing. Last but not least, if after doing everything you still have the urge, after that, take a chilly shower. Cold showers can be too upsetting for some people. If so, you may also cleanse your face with cold water until the urge passes. And never forget that nofap's first phase is currently underway. The nofap philosophy at its core emphasizes living with purpose rather than for fun. It's a way of life, not a hardship. Men who prioritize their goals over their pleasure will succeed. The fact that most men have failed and will fail nofap is not a mystery, and the main reason for that is a critical yet subtle mental shift that is required. Your nofap streak will end if you don't make this minor mental adjustment, and you might even relapse into PMO addiction. Most men start seed retention as their end goal rather than a means of achieving it when they first start this journey of self-recovery. You're right. You are already one of the 99% of men who are destined to fail when you make nofap your goal rather than a way to accomplish your goals. When you set nofap as your objective, it nearly seems as if you put it on a pedestal. This extremely subliminal attitude informs your subconscious mind that nofap is unachievable and that you will eventually quit, whether it's in a month or a year. Just like with women or other things in life, putting anything on a pedestal subtly signals to your mind that it is impossible to achieve. Keep in mind that nofap is merely a pathway. Make use of it to your benefit. Don't concentrate solely on nofap. Instead, let it be merely a lifestyle that operates in the background, with your primary concentration being on your major goal, whether it is health, a close relationship with God, money, or communication and hypergamy. When you set nofap as your ultimate aim, you'll find that your mind is constantly repeating don't fap, don't fap. And whatever you concentrate on, that's exactly what you'll accomplish. In the end, you'll relapse. Instead, if your goal is your concentration, you will succeed in fulfilling it. The phrase you change into whatever catches your focus is fantastic advice. Nofap is no longer a lifestyle for 99% of guys, since it has been placed on a pedestal rather than taking it as a challenge. Right now, we want you to join us in performing this exercise. You should briefly close your eyes. Do not, under any circumstances, consider a white elephant. Close your eyes and try to visualize anything but a white elephant. To make it easier, you might wish to stop the video for a short while. Open your eyes immediately. It's likely that the more you tried to avoid thinking about that white elephant, the more you did. Why? While you are concentrating on the elephant. Instead, if you had stated to yourself, okay, I'm going to picture a yellow Lamborghini, you wouldn't even have thought of the white elephant. Because your focus is now on a particular objective and target. The same is true for nofap. Let nofap be just a lifestyle that runs in the background, almost like a beacon that exemplifies the strength of all you wish to do. Concentrate on your objective. You will accomplish more and maintain your commitment to your work if you adopt this subtle approach. Brothers, never place everything you do in life on a pedestal. Rather, expect God Himself. Seed retention is attainable, as is everything else in life. On nofap, you may likely last 6 or even 10 years. But it all starts with having the appropriate attitude, having the proper perspective of where your attention is being focused. Your focus is energy in itself. Like that white elephant, you didn't want to think about it, but you failed since you focused just on the elephant and not on imagining anything else. So gather yourself and begin with the proper perspective. This could entail writing down your to-do list for the day in your journal every morning. Your focus will remain on what you must do rather than what you ought not to do if you have your day completely planned out. There won't be any time for you to consider the white elephant. Why? Because your focus is now being directed to the right activities. By the way, if you found this helpful, don't forget to show some love. Tap the like button and also subscribe to our channel. Comment below on what you want to see next. See you in the next video. She has already formed an opinion about you before you even say anything. The modern world is overly concerned with action and appearances. However, this world is full of energy. What appears to be physically solid and real is not as meaningful as it appears. It is all energy. What you think about yourself is significantly more valuable than what you appear to be. Our habits of thought and how we believe about ourselves give us a distinct aura. A timid man can wear the finest clothes, but women will quickly discover his true nature. We can perceive things with more than just our 5 senses. Have you ever realized that you despise someone for no apparent reason? Sure, we all do. This demonstrates how energy both attracts and repels us. Many women are stunning but lack personality and charm. Because her energy is not captivating, men lose all interest in them after they've had her. Concentrating on your outer appearance is not a bad thing, and it works, but allow us to give you an example. A broke man may win the lottery, but most lottery winners end up losing all of their money as soon as they get it because they believe they are not rich. As a result, their energy is still that of a broken man. Women are more intuitive than men are perceptive. No matter how hard you try, she can tell who you are. As a result, your energy is the most important thing to look after. As you increase your energy, your appearance will automatically improve, as your subconscious mind will fill in the blanks to make you the man you have imagined yourself to be. Our thoughts and emotions simply paint our energy. If you tend to think negatively about yourself, if you have the dominant feeling about yourself that you aren't good enough, then you can step out of a Lamborghini and still feel the same way, and everyone around you can tell. As a result, the one thing you should concentrate on is cultivating self-love and developing a positive self-image. Start changing your basic values about yourself and start paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. Take note of how self-conscious you are around a beautiful woman. Don't beat yourself up about it, but consider why. This universe always represents your thoughts. So, if you are intimidated by the mere existence of a beautiful woman, she will be repelled. Allow yourself to be at ease in your skin. It all comes down to awareness. She is just another human being like you, and you are not less or greater than her. When you understand you are the master of your reality, and that she will treat you based on how you feel about yourself, all power returns to you. You can change how women perceive you by saying to yourself that you earned it, that you are worthy, and that you are a good-looking man. Now, since you believe such thoughts, you feel good, and your subconscious mind notices it. The more you make this your dominant mood, the more likely it is that your subconscious will be impressed. And the rest is not your problem. Your subconscious mind will alter whatever is required to make you a more attractive man. Your job is to boost your energy and vision of an attractive version of yourself. What is required in your physical world to turn you into an appealing man is the job of the subconscious mind and the universal mind. Your world will change the moment you change your habitual thoughts about yourself and become loving and generous to yourself. You will change into a new man. The changes in the physical world will be automatic. You will start feeling motivated to exercise, are becoming more assertive, and begin to dress well. Women will begin to notice you more, and you will not have to work hard for it. You see, you've progressed from "I'm not good enough" to "I'm the only option." This will undoubtedly cause a 180-degree shift in your reality. Your energy is unrivaled by the previous version of yourself. As a result, it is natural for you to attract women and have an abundance of love in your life. And we attract what we are rather than what we want. Rather than imposing a change in your physical world by dressing differently or trying too hard to attract women, etc., work on your self-beliefs. Prepare your mind to accept the version of yourself that is already amazing and attractive, and convince yourself to believe you are worthy, sufficient, and more than adequate. Our conscious job is always to try and convince ourselves of the perfect version that we want to be. The world will then automatically conform to reflect it to us, and women will become so aware subconsciously that it may appear too simple. So alter your thinking, alter your aura, alter your life.